Have you ever felt like your prayers are just bouncing off the ceiling? Like you're sending text messages to a number that blocked you years ago? You aren't crazy. You're being intercepted. There is a censored moment hidden in the ancient Gnostic text, the Pistis Sophia. It explains exactly why modern spirituality feels so broken. Mary Magdalene asks Jesus a question that sucks the air right out of the room. She asks, why do some prayers vaporize into thin air, while others snap reality into place instantly? Jesus doesn't give her the Sunday school answer. He tells her the terrifying truth. Most human beings are not speaking to the source. When they pray, they are dialing in to a middle management layer of reality, a frequency of desperation, hijacked before it ever leaves the atmosphere. Think about how you were taught to pray in this country. Maybe a megachurch in Texas, maybe just the cultural osmosis of manifestation. The model is the same. You are down here, small, needy, and God is up there, distant, busy. You beg, you barter, you hope. You treat the divine like a vending machine that ate your dollar. This model of separation was engineered. The Gnostics warned us. They called them the Archons, parasitic forces. In modern terms, think of them as a firewall, a signal jammer. They don't just block your signal, they feed on the static. Every time you pray from a place of fear or lack, you are feeding this interception layer, broadcasting on a frequency that they control. Tonight, we bypass the firewall. We are going to look at the 5 hacks Jesus taught his inner circle, methods designed to encrypt your signal. These aren't rituals. They are the spiritual equivalent of a fiber optic cable running directly to the mainframe. This is why these texts were buried, hidden in the Egyptian desert for 1,700 years. They eliminate the middleman. They eliminate the subscription fee. If you're tired of the silence, if you're done with the thoughts and prayers approach that changes nothing, say direct line to yourself. Right now, we're about to go off the grid. Stop looking for God in the sky. You are looking for the ocean while you're swimming in it. The biggest lie you've ever been sold is that you are a visitor. To understand why the old way fails, you have to understand the architecture. The Gnostics called the ultimate source the monad, not a bearded man on a cloud, but the original, unfragmented consciousness, the source code before the program began to run. The God you were taught to fear, the one with the ego, the anger issues, that is the demiurge, the architect of the material world, a lesser force. It demands you view yourself as separate, small, sinful. This separation is the illusion. It's the glitch in the operating system. When you pray from a mindset of separation, you are validating the glitch. You tell the universe, I am not part of the whole. And the universe responds, okay. Here is the shift that changes everything. You are not talking to the monad. You are the monad talking to itself. You are a fragment of original consciousness, compressed into a human biosuit, suffering from temporary amnesia. The divine spark isn't a metaphor, it's your actual identity. And when you communicate from this identity, your signal becomes encryption-proof. The Archons operate strictly within separation. They literally cannot see a signal sent from unity. It passes right through them. These 5 methods are not about asking for favors. They are about system administration, logging in with the admin password instead of a guest account. Take a breath. Feel the center of your chest. That tightness, that anxiety, that is the frequency of separation. And we are going to drop that right now. You are not preparing to learn something new. You are preparing to remember what you were before you were born. Reestablishing a connection that no church, no government, and no algorithm can touch. If you walk into a bank acting like a robber, the guards will stop you. If you walk in acting like the owner, they open the door. The universe works the exact same way. The first method is recognition. In the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus says, "Split a piece of wood, and I am there. Lift a stone, and you will find me." This isn't poetry, it's physics. He's describing a unified field. Most people skip this step entirely. We jump straight to the asking, "Dear God, please," automatically positioning ourselves as outsiders. Before you utter a single word, you must recognize the landscape. You are not shouting across a canyon. You are a drop of water speaking to the ocean. There is no distance to bridge. The first step is simply sitting in the realization, I am the source experiencing this life. This recognition is the handshake protocol for the connection. The second method is authority, not power over others, sovereignty over your own frequency. The Pistis Sophia explains that the words of an initiate carry a weight the unawakened do not have. Why? Because the initiate speaks with authority. Think about the difference. A panicked employee asking for a raise versus a CEO issuing a directive. The tone is different. The posture is different. The frequency is different. Religious institutions terrified you into submission. They told you that claiming divinity was blasphemy. Why? Because if you realized you had the authority of the monad, you wouldn't need them. No priest, no pastor, no guru. You would become a church of one. So, fix your posture. Right now. Straighten your spine. This isn't about confidence. It's about opening the channel. A slumped posture is a physical signal of defeat. Sovereignty requires vertical alignment. You are not begging a king for scraps. You are a sovereign claiming your birthright. When you speak, you are not asking for permission. You are commanding the space around you to listen. The signal relies entirely on this shift. If you ask like a beggar, you get a beggar's silence. If you speak like the source, the reality bends. You have been using the law of attraction completely backwards, trying to attract things, implying they are far away. Stop chasing, start commanding. This brings us to the third method, declaration. Look at the text. When Jesus performs miracles, he never says, "Father, if it be thy will." Never. He says, "Rise." He says, "Be healed." He says, "Come forth." These are not requests. These are declarations. He is overwriting the code of reality in real time. The church said only he could do that, but the Gnostic texts, specifically the Gospel of Philip, say otherwise. The student is meant to become the equal of the teacher. You aren't supposed to worship the man who found the door. You are supposed to walk through it. Your words must shift from I hope to I am. No more, please help me. The declaration is, I am aligning with my purpose, a statement of fact, spoken in the present tense. But words are cheap. That's why you need the fourth method, feeling. This is where most people get tripped up. Not emotional volatility, not crying, not screaming. I'm talking about resonance. The monad doesn't speak English. It doesn't speak Spanish. The monad speaks frequency. If your mouth says, I am abundant, but your gut is twisted in the fear of poverty, the signal you are sending is poverty. The feeling always overrides the word. The feeling is the carrier wave. Jesus taught his disciples to feel the wish fulfilled. This is not visualization. Visualization is mental. It happens in the brain. Feeling is visceral. It happens in the body. Close your eyes. If the problem was solved right now, if the money was in the bank, if the diagnosis was clear, what is the physical sensation? A drop in the shoulders, a warmth in the belly, a lightness in the chest. That sensation is the key. Capture that feeling. Hold it while you speak. You are hacking the timeline, broadcasting the frequency of the after state while you are still in the before. The Archons feed on the frequency of wanting. They starve on the frequency of having.
The most powerful sound in the universe isn't a word. It's what happens when the words stop. This is the step where 99% of people disconnect. Before the file finishes downloading, we live in the noisiest culture in history. We fall asleep to podcasts. We wake up to notifications. We fill every gap with scrolling. We are terrified of silence. But the fifth method, the one that seals the sequence, is silence. In the Apocryphon of John, the source is described as existing in a silence so profound it transcends sound. Think of the first 4 steps as dialing the number, hitting send. Step 5, putting the receiver to your ear to listen. Most of us hit send and immediately hang up. We pray, then we worry. We declare, then we complain. We never leave space for the answer. Here is the secret the church missed. The monad doesn't answer in words. You won't hear a booming voice. The response comes as a packet of knowing, a sudden download, an intuition while you're driving on the freeway, a shift in perspective where a mountain suddenly looks like a molehill. You need to hold the silence at least 60 seconds after your declaration. Just stand there. Don't think about your grocery list. Don't analyze. Just exist in the space you carved out. You are moving from broadcasting mode to receiving mode. In this silence, you are untouchable. The interference layer requires noise to operate. When you are truly silent, you become invisible to the chaos and fully visible to the source. This is the moment the circuit completes, where magic becomes logic. Warning: when you finally make a real connection, the system will try to reset you. Resistance is not a sign of failure. It's proof that it's working. Here is the complete protocol. You don't need a temple. You need 5 minutes tonight. 1. Recognition. Hand on heart. 30 seconds. Realize you are the source in a human suit. 2. Authority. Spine straight. You are the CEO of your reality, not the intern. 3. Declaration. Speak the new reality as a present fact. No please, only I am. 4. Feeling. Generate the physical sensation, relief, accomplishment. 5. Silence. 60 seconds. Absolute listening. If you do this tonight, things will shift, but you need to know what to look for. First, you might feel heat, the pilot light turning back on. Second, expect synchronicity, the universe reorganizing around your new frequency. But the most important sign is resistance. Tomorrow or the day after, a sudden wave of doubt. You'll feel silly, distracted. Your Wi-Fi will go out, a crisis at work. This is the Archon immune response, the system trying to lull you back to sleep with drama and fear. Do not engage. Recognize it as a symptom of your success. Push through it. The Gnostics were hunted down because a human with a direct line to God is uncontrollable. They can't be sold fear. They can't be manipulated. You are reclaiming a power hidden from you since birth. The line is open. The signal is clear. If you are ready to stop talking into the void and start speaking with the source, type direct line activated right now. Commit to it. Don't just consume, use it. Subscribe, turn on notifications. We are going deeper. But for tonight, you have the code. Recognition, authority, declaration, feeling, silence. The delay is over. Use the line.